Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to the channel. I wasn't planning on doing this video, but I just sat down to watch it, rewatch it, and it's bad. As you can see by the title, obviously I'm talking about Batman: A Death in the Family. Now, I read the comic, I think going on about 4 and a bit years now. Read it on my honeymoon, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a very sort of hard-hitting book. Can't remember when it came out, but I'm pretty sure it was around about the time when books weren't really doing that. I think it was before the sort of the Frank Miller. Don't quote me on that. I'd have to look that up. But it was one of those ones that was out of the sort of the ordinary, and it even got to a point where Batman was about to save Jason Todd, and it was then left up to the readers as to whether Batman would save Jason or not save Jason, or not get there in time. So obviously, as history goes, the people that voted chose for Batman not to be able to get to Jason in time to save him, which ended up with Jason dying, turning into Red Hood, blah, 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 blah. So this is a hard-hitting story, and when it was released, it was coming as a DC animated film. I was quite excited. I thought, okay, this is a series of films that I have said for a long time now that they are better than the live-action DC connected universe anyway. Tim Burton and Christopher Nolan's films are exceptional. Other than those, I would say the animated films are actually some of the best comic book films out there. So when this came out, I was excited. I applauded the fact that they were doing something slightly different with the choose your own path, as it were. You know, you get to decide. I was thinking, okay, this could be quite interesting. I was disappointed. Very, very, very disappointed. So considering this is again, if I remember right, a 4-part arc, they're not exactly short issues either. Compare that to, my brain is going. Was it Dark Knight Returns, the Frank Miller book, and that was turned into what is essentially a 3-hour animated film epic, which I really enjoyed. And if you want to see that, just go through my channel. I've got a review of that film. So to see what I would say is probably one of the most hard-hitting stories in DC history, boiled down to a half-hour animated film that can be summed up as Bruce Wayne having a chat with Clark Kent, recalling the events of what happened with Jason Todd. That was a bit of a kick in the teeth. Obviously it starts with the narrative, with the narration. You know, it's Bruce narrating over it. I wasn't too sure. What could I do? I was thinking, okay, he's narrating everything up to the point of like maybe the explosion, and then after that they're going to elaborate, and it's going to be like the present day, the live action of them going forward. Spoilers. Jason's in a building. The building explodes. But yeah, that didn't happen. Throughout the whole part, you had the narration, and then it just ends with Bruce Wayne getting up from a table after he's just been talking to Clark about this entire thing. So not only did I feel that half an hour is not enough time for this particular story, I think it was really poorly written, and just a poor concept overall. The fact that you have one of the most hard-hitting series of hard-hitting arcs in the Batman history, as far as I'm aware, as far as what I've read so far, and this is the film equivalent of glossing over it, just like a sort of just nonchalantly just going, yeah, it happened. Oh well. This is meant to be one of those defining things. You know, you have Bruce's parents dying that defines him becoming Batman. Then you have Jason Todd dying, defines him even more in terms of being more of a hero than Batman was. He then needs to be extra cautious. He it's just, I am so incredibly frustrated with that film. All I can say is I'm not going to return it. I don't blame the supermarket that I bought it from for pricing it at £15, but it's not worth that at all. By any stretch of the imagination, is it worth that? I would begrudge paying a £5 for this. I think there is one redeeming quality to this package, if I can call it that, and that is there is a short film about Death, the character from Sandman. Now, obviously, Sandman is being adapted by Netflix, I believe, into an animated series. So when I saw this 10-minute animated film, I was just completely entranced, and that actually gives me hope for the Sandman series. I've not read the Sandman books or the series. I've heard some very, very, very good things from it, so I do want to try and get around to reading it. But watching this has made me kind of go, that is fantastic. And for it to be a 10-minute short film, and I was just blown away. I really was. I would say that is worth the money right there. Forget about the main feature. That 10-minute short film about Death is fantastic. It really is. So I don't want to dampen anyone's hopes if you haven't seen this film. If you like it, that's fine. I have no problems with that. That's cool. I'm glad you enjoy it. But those people that are into the actual book, that really like the book, if you're really into your animated films and you haven't seen this, I've got to say, don't get your hopes up, or if I'm completely honest, stay away from it. I was incredibly disappointed, and I don't think the hardcore fans of the DC animated films are going to be particularly happy with it either. I would say class this as an Elseworld. Don't bother with it, and move on to something that's really good. I mean, we've got some really, really good ones out there. Like I said, the Dark Knight Returns I thought was fantastic. I really enjoyed Gotham by Gaslight. Flashpoint, obviously a fantastic film. But to be honest, guys, I'm not a big fan of this. But please, as always, let me know what you think about it down in the comments. I always like hearing from you guys. And also, with this new age of YouTube, it really helps me out if you like, share and subscribe. So please, if you don't mind doing that, that would be great. And I'll see you all in the next video.